Who are you?
Warren G. Warren Griffin.
Warren G., welcome to Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
Hey, thank you for having me.
Right off the bat, Warren G., I have a gift for you. A Sugar Ray Robinson record from 1964.
This is for me?
That's for you, a gift for you.
Bullshitting.
No, that's really for you.
Well, thank you.
Sugar Ray Robinson, boxing, Warren G., sampling.
Damn, Nardwuar, you amazing. This is different. Hey, thank you. Is it something? Is it some? You sure you giving me that?
That's for you to keep. This is a gift for Warren G.
Sure.
And I was curious, you've done a lot of record hunting. You've never come across this record?
Never. I've never came across this record.
And I thought perhaps you could sample it as well. And also you do some boxing. What can you say about boxing and Warren G? I've seen you do some boxing.
I mean, it's a workout. You know, I'm not no professional. I just like to do it for the cardio to burn a lot of calories. It's fun. You know, I kick some ass too.
What can you say about Sugar Ray?
I mean, he was a hell of a fighter. Fast, super fast. And hey, he's a legend. You know, he was one of the best. Yes, indeed.
Just like Warren G.
And you do know that.
And so there we have it, a Sugar Ray Robinson gift for Warren
G. Church.
So Warren G., the early days, Jimmy Spicer.
Count Cool Out.
That's where it all started, right? Jimmy Spicer.
Yes, indeed. One of my favorite guys back in the day. Actually, I was turned on to him by Dre on mixtapes that he used to mix. So I fell in love with Count Cool Out, Super Rhymes, and it's kind of like, you know, that's kind of like my style. You know, not damn, I'm talking and almost sounding like that.
That's East Coast too, right?
Yeah, that's East Coast. And I just really loved what he was doing, and he was an inspiration, you know, to the way his style, the way his delivery, everything was dope. I didn't take his style, but, you know, he influenced me.
The K-Day traffic jam.
Oh, wow. That's huge. That was some of the biggest, best music and best mixes ever. You know, in between traffic where you sitting sitting in traffic and you got to get home, it will soothe the day. It would help you a lot. And, you know, Dre mixing, you know, you had Julio G, Tony G, Dre, Battle Cat. You know, you had a lot of guys just, on the Mixmaster show.
What do you remember hearing?
I remember Bobby Jimmy and the Critters, and because they used to do like when they would do it, the radio in the mixes. The radio was going, but then the mixes was going, but then the radio personality too was involved too. So they used to have Bobby Jimmy, and he used to do these skits where he would it was kind of like soap opera skits, but it was hood shit. And that would like take your mind off of sitting in traffic and, you know, in the mixes and the whole nine. It was dope.
Probably on your way to the Rhodium Swap Meet. What can you say about the Rhodium Swap Meet? This year is a record of the tapes that Dre did.
Wow, this is huge. This is for me?
That actually is from the Nard collection.
Oh, you didn't throw me to the dogs on this one. Now I was like, you know, I'll take this.
Because that's an LP, because it should be on cassette, right? What can you say about the Rhodium Swap Meet and cassettes and the Dr. Dre mixes?
Incredible. I mean, all the mixes. I used to hear them before they would get to the Rhodium because he would be doing them at the house. So everything he did with the mixes was so dope. And I was around. That's how I learned to. That's how I met Jimmy. You know, was turned on to Jimmy Spicer by listening to him mixing. And that was kind of like, you know, I even asked him, man, can you show me how to do that? And then he started teaching me how to DJ. So I used to hear all of that Rhodium music, and even the ones with, I think it was the Stereo Crew. It was Dre and Easy. They had a DJ crew before they was NWA, Easy N and NWA. Was it the Stereo Crew? I'm not sure.
Take us back to the Swap Meet. Like, what would happen? People would wander about and then buy Dre's cassette. How did it come about?
What? Are you letting me have this?
That actually is from the Nard collection.
I got you.
But I was curious, like, what happened for people that don't know? Like, you went to a swap meet. There wasn't an LP, was there? It was on cassette.
It was all
this show is all legendary. It's now on LP.
Yeah, this is
Bootleg.
man, but the cassettes. I mean, I'm sure it's people still out there with them. You know what I mean? But that was our go-to to get good music and to ride to and play in the parties and the whole nine. Yes, indeed. I'm sure I got a dig somewhere. I'm sure I got something like this somewhere.
The original.
Yes, indeed.
There's also the Paramount Swap Meet.
Paramount Swap Meet. Yes, indeed. That's where we used to go. Used to get karate shoes, the mixes, Paramount, the Rhodium, all of that.
There's also the Toe Jam Club. The Toe Jam Club.
Now, how you know about the Toe Jam, man?
Well, you are Warren G. We have to know.
As now, the Toe Jam is one of the clubs that gave us a shot. Roger Clayton, he was the guy that was running it, and he would give us a shot and let us perform in there. And that's kind of like how our buzz picked up across the city. Yeah.
61st and Linden.
What you know about 61st and Linden, man? That was our hustling spot. Uh, Snoop lived there. A bunch of guys that I grew up with, we all was.
Rump?
No, wait a minute now. Nardwuar, shit. That's my dog, Rump. Yes, rest in peace, Rump. Yeah, that's my homeboy, man. We all used to hustle over there. And Snoop actually lived over there, and I lived pretty much with Snoop right there on 61st Street. But yeah, that was our stomping ground, man. Where we
213, the beginnings.
1-3. Yes, indeed.
Thank you, Jerry. Jerry helped you meet Snoop. Asteroids?
That was walking to school in the morning. When I would be walking to school, I would see Beverly, Jerry, and Snoop walking across the park as I was going, because we was going to CIS. Snoop didn't go to CIS, but Beverly was walking Jerry, because Jerry was one of my classmates. We went to Camp High Hill together, actually. She used to walk him across the street, but I would be on the corner playing asteroids before school started. So, damn, wait a minute, man. You said rump, and then now you got the park?
Well, you are Warren G. We have to know.
Hey, it's all good, Nardwuar.
But Jerry, though, Snoop's older brother.
Yes, indeed. Snoop's older brother, Jerry, Dirty Left. That I mentioned him in This DJ. Well, Snoop Dogg's big brother called him Dirty Left. That was my dog. Me, him, and Marcus, Pookat.
21st and Lewis, right? That's important.
Hey, that's the heart of the LBC. That's where it all started. I grew up on 21st and Lewis, also under the bridge, and Pasadena Street. So I had a few different locations around Long Beach and under the bridge, 4 different locations. So, I'm original Long Beach, man. Yes, indeed.
Thank you, Steve, for giving you a place to freestyle
Steve.
in the van.
Oh, damn, man, Steve, that was our guy. Steve was our boss. When we used to sell candy, he would pick us up, and once our parents, like mothers and stuff, found out that we was getting in the car,
What type of candy, though? I was curious.
caramel clusters. Oh my God, we used to have peanut, butter toffee peanuts, caramel clusters.
What was your line? Like, how would you sell it? How would you get across to people that you were selling it?
Hi, ma'am. My name is Warren Griffin. I work for the United Teams. The United Teams is a job responsibility to help teens like myself stay off the streets. And I would just freestyle after that. If you could kindly, I would introduce what I have in my bag. I have da 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 da, this, that, and this. And if you would buy some of this, it would kindly help me out, at the end of the day. Because we would get rewarded at the end of the day, making a lot more money than we supposed to make.
But in the van, though, he picked you up, this guy, picked you up.
Yeah, used to pick us up.
Steve.
Steve used to pick us up. It was about, we was like the Fat Albert gang. It was about 15 of us, all stuffed in this van.
But at the end of the day, you had time to freestyle.
We did have time to freestyle after work. you know, we would get our money and we would go to McDonald's, and they had the Big Mac value packs then. That's what they called them, Big Mac value packs. And we used to get we were so charged to get a Big Mac value pack and play Get Like Me with the quarters and stuff like that. That was our fun, and we would freestyle right there. We just start freestyling in the van, and doing whatever. I wasn't a super duper freestyler, but I was okay, you know. But it was dope.
Thank you, Steve, because Steve allowed you to freestyle to Cabbage Patch. Could you explain the Cabbage Patch?
Yeah, yeah. The Cabbage Patch. This was a record that Dre did with the World Class Wrecking Crew. I had a chance to get cassette before anybody, and so I used to listen to it all the time. You know, I'm a fan. Brother, my big brother. You know, I look up to him. So I learned the song. So we one time we was in the Volt, you know, the Voltron crew. We was all together. We was in the van. Everybody was freestyling. So I was like, shit, they ain't gonna know this if I freestyle this shit. So I was like, well, I was rolling down the street with my mind at ease. I had my top pulled back so I could feel the breeze. Somebody called my name, so I looked around. It was a freak on the bus stop flagging me down. They was like, damn, he busting. I started bust. I was rapping Dre's verse on there, man, and I told everybody later on down the line, and they was like, damn, dog won. They was tripping, but hey, it made me sound good, man, and I had a good time doing it.
World Class Wrecking Crew.
Yes, indeed.
Cabbage Patch, very important.
Yes, yeah, this is huge. This for me.
That isn't exactly for you as well. You do have that.
No, boy, you got everything here. Go on and let your boy have this, man. Hey, it's all good.
But you have the cassette. You have the cassette. That's even rarer, right?
I'm gonna have to dig. I'm sure I got a lot of that stuff.
Antonio Red.
Antonio Red. He was one of the guys that worked for the United Teams. Damn, how the hell you know about Antonio Red?
Well, you are Warren G. We have to know.
Yeah, Antonio Red was one of our guys. Actually, he lives, I think, in D.C. now. We seen him when we was on tour, and he was the boss. He used to outsell everybody, you know. And he had a nice, smooth voice. Hi, I'm Antonio Red. I work for the United Teams, and he was a finesser, so he was really good with him. And he used to be the biggest seller out of all of us.
Other Long Beach rappers, and you mentioned them earlier, Battle Cat. What can you say about Battle Cat and producers?
You gonna give me this one? I ain't gonna ask again.
You do have the Sugar Ray record, though,
Yeah. That's classic.
1964.
That's classic. I'm gonna keep that, and I'm gonna put
This-
it in case.
Because this Battle Cat is 1988.
Wow, damn, this is dope.
What can you say about Battle Cat, like Long Beach?
Battle Cat is one of the coolest DJs. He was in Uncle Jam's army. Really dope cat. Always been dope. He used to always come. He always had a relationship down at the VIP down in Long Beach, and he also was just a part of just the movement of whatever we was doing on the West Coast. He's a legend, and he used to get down with Dre and Roger Clayton them as well. So, and that's my homeboy right now to this day. We cool, you know. So hey, DJ Battle Cat, dope guy.
And you mentioned VIP, Calvin.
Yes, Calvin.
He had a studio. He let you in the studio.
Yeah, Calvin used to let us come in the studio and record. It was more Snoop, but I would come, you know, in as well. But Snoop went more than me, and he would record, you know, with Slice up in the studio, and they would knock down some things, and I would just be chilling. Yes, indeed.
And VIP people know from the video, right? The video.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That was our landmark.
I say the video meaning Snoop.
Oh yeah, yes. Snoop Doggy Dogg. Yeah, that was filmed there.
Are you in it?
Yes, I'm in it. I'm in it. I was on the part where they standing up on the bridge, up under the bridge, and you see like everybody, the guys coming down, standing there. I'm the one in the jean suit and with the bald head, and I'm sitting there just doing this.
And you are Warren G. And Warren G, I was mentioning 213. Was Little Half Dead part of 213?
Yes, indeed. Yes, Half Dead was definitely part of 213. He was with us the whole time. Actually, this is Nate's first cousin, Nate Dogg's first cousin.
What can you say about Little Half Dead?
Half Dead was dope. He could sing, you know. He this album he was rapping on, but he was more known for singing. He would sing just all the old school records, you know. And like I said, he's related to Nate Dogg, so the vocals were there, you know. And he just used to sing, and he used to be with us, you know, every day as well, on 61st Street, on the East Side, wherever we was at, we was all together.
And Warren G, could you explain, please, the importance here of 415?
Oh wow. 4-1. Damn, you got the cassette too. If Richie Rich saying this, he'd be like, man, can I have that?
From 1990.
Wow, 415. They influenced us. You know, that's why we called ourselves 213, because we wanted to represent where we was from, which was Southern California, and they was from Northern California, and every area code in Northern California was 415. So we heard them and we loved their music. And like I said, these guys inspired us as well. And I mean, we started calling ourselves 213 because that was the entire Los Angeles, California. Well, you know, when I say Los Angeles, that's all the cities that's involved as well: Long Beach, Compton, Watts, Carson. You know, everybody, Linwood, and so it was all 213. So we said, well, why don't we represent for Southern California and call ourselves 213? And that's what we did.
Did they know?
Yeah, they know. Yeah. We told them. You know, we told Richie Rich that later on down the line. Um, Once we, you know, bumped heads with him, you know, I met him first because I used to do stuff with Tupac. So I would, you know, Richie Rich was tight with Tupac. So I would see him in a lot of different studios and stuff like that. Mhm.
DJ Money B.
Money B, that's my guy. One of the guys who we did one of our demos with, actually the 213 demo, which was me, Snoop, and Nate Dogg. Um, he had I think it was a 4-track recorder, and he had the turntable right next to it, and he had a SP 1200. And what he did was, the Long Beach is a Motherfucker was a record. It was on a break record. So what he did is he sampled the break record. Doom doom da doom 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 doo doo doom doom boom boom ba boom boom boom. And then that's where we started doing the record. And you know, that's Money B is one of the guys who did some of the first music with us.
You know a lot about record stores. Like he would refer you to record stores.
Yeah. He referred me to a record store called As the World Turned on Melrose.
That was like black exploitation records.
They had, well, it wasn't all black exploitation records. It was every genre that you can imagine in the world, like every genre, like it was, no matter what type of language, everything was in there. It had to be at least 500,000 to a million records in there. May have been a million plus, you know, records in there, and each album was for whatever genre it was or whatever country. So I told him I want to go to the black exploitation aisle, and I pulled every album from all of the black exploitations, put them in crates, took them, and then that's when I brought the ideas to Dre. You know, some of the skits that was on the album through Rudy Ray Moore, to the
Oh, Fly.
Blowfly, to the Mac soundtrack, you know, where we had the skit where you really don't understand, do you? That was one of the skits. That a lot of the skits that was on there is some of the from the records that I brought, and I would listen to him and play 'em for Dre, and he used some of them.
Thank you, DJ Black.
DJ Black, DJ Black is one of the guys who helped me go get records. You know, well, he would tell me where new spots I could go try out.
Like that place in Carson, G-Thang.
Yes, indeed.
Where was that?
That was in Carson, California, on Avalon, if I'm not mistaken. Well, he turned me on to the store, and I got a lot of great samples from up out of the store. Actually, uh, G Thing came out of there. Dre said it different, but G Thing came out of that crate that I got from Black. But You know, it's all good. You know, he has his. He said he got it from the pad with moms now, but I could have swore we got that record from Carson with DJ Black because I was the one going to get the records.
You also went to Torrance.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I went to Torrance. It was a break record store in Torrance by Audio Achievements, um, the studio which NWA was recording in. And I would go in there and go buy break records, just buy breaks. And
What's a break record for people that don't know?
well, it's records that has like drum samples on them, or like dubs of different songs, like of a song like "Let Me Ride." That's where I bought that record at, from that actual break store, and it had the little piece where it just said and that's all it did. And then it paused, and then it had the other piece where it boom, boom, dum, 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 let me ride. Dre heard that, he was like, "Shit, this is dope," and he used it. I was like,
Did you know which records had breaks? Did you listen in the stores? How did you know?
"No, I mean, I would just buy the records. I would just buy them and just listen to them. If I found something cool, if I didn't, oh well." You know what I mean? I even got the drums for Endo Smoke. That was off a break record. Yes,
Fly.
it was Blowfly. I
Rap
sampled.
Dirty.
Yeah, I sampled Rap Dirty Blowfly, but the drums I had up under the actual. It wasn't a sample. I actually played it over. I used a little bit of the sample, and then I played it over, and then it turned out to be one of my best records.
I was curious though, like all the production that you've done, Warren G. MC Breed. Amazing.
Oh wow, you got this on cassette? Is this for me? Nah, I ain't gonna keep asking, man. But this is dope.
From 1993, Warren G. production.
Yeah, this is dope, man. Oh wow, it was fun doing that record, man. I was a fan of MC Breed, and what led to this is the record I did for Tupac. You gotta get yours, I gotta get mine. That's what led to me producing this album right here.
And rest in peace, MC
Rest in
Breed.
peace, MC Breed, man.
Also, Warren G., I find it quite amazing. You produce Shock.
Oh wow, biologic. Damn, you got this on cassette? Wow, Nardwuar.
But you produced it.
Yeah, I produced it, gave him his first gold record, man. Be a father to your child. This was I did this record actually in Philadelphia in the studio, same studio Boys and Men recorded in. It was a fun time when I was in there recording the studio. I was doing my thing, putting the music together, and a big hand just came over my head, and I'm trying to turn. I couldn't even move. I was like, hold up, what was this? And it was Shaq, and he had just came in and palmed my whole head like a basketball, wouldn't let me move, and gave him a gold record, man. I produced it and just
1994.
yes, indeed, 1994. Be a father to your child. Biological didn't bother.
Now, Warren G., regulators, Michael McDonald. I gotta ask, this is incredible when you think of it.
Yeah.
You ended up, how did, this is a what, like blame it on the parents?
Well, my parents used to play it. My parents used to play it, and how I was reintroduced to it. I was going to Roscoe's one day, so I seen a dude out there. A dude was kind of like homeless, and he had a crate of records, and he was sitting there selling the records. So I told him, I said, "How much would you charge me for the whole crate?" And he was just like $250. I was like, "Shit, okay." Boom, threw it to him right there. Went home and started digging through the records, and came across this Michael McDonald, and I sampled it off top, and just put it together, and then I just started building ideas on it after that. And once I got the ideas there, then I called Nate, and I was like, "Look, man, why don't we do a record like Snoop and Dre did, where we going back and forth?" And he was like, "All right, I'm on my way." So I put it together, and once we did the vocals on there, and then that's when I took my VCR uh, and put it into. I had the RCA to quarter inch into my MPC 60, and I had the number times where I would go to the video cassette, and I went to Young Guns, where it was regulators. We regulated any steelers, probably we're damn too. We know we worked for Mr. Tisdale's regulators. So I sampled the whole thing, and what I did was I chopped it up and made it say what I wanted it to say. And that was one of the words we used to say around that time. We gotta regulate this. We gotta regulate that. We regulators. Let's regulate this shit right now. So that was dope. And Michael McDonald, cool dude. I met him. He was telling me that my version is more popular than than his, and his kids love mine's more than they love his. So but a real good dude, man. I had a chance to meet him. I went to a show that he had at Pachanga Casino, and they pulled me out the crowd, went up, and gave him a hug and stuff, chopped it up with him backstage, and he really thanked me for changing his life. Yes, indeed, because that's what it did, and it's still, he's still making money.
I know it's done on Long Beach Boulevard too, in Long Beach.
Indeed, yes, indeed, yes, indeed. It was done right there off of Long Beach Boulevard in San Vicente, which was a really nice area. It was called the Wrigley District. No, Bixby Knolls. And I had a nasty apartment with just myself. I had dog shit everywhere, and everything was just all over the place. And I was single. I was by myself. I didn't care, but that's where it all happened at.
G-Funk. I was curious. Above the Law on rap pages.
Wow.
How did they play into G-Funk?
Code 187 and Laylaw took me in. I was pretty much like kind of homeless, and they took me in, and I lived with them, and that's how I became G-Funk. You know what I mean? And 187 showed me a lot as far as how to sample on the MPC 60. Dre as well. They both did. I was the young stunner, the up and coming guy musically, and those guys taught me a lot, and made me a part of G Funk. And what I did was I kept the name going and took it worldwide and made it huge. And but I give them credit because they took me under their wing. Rest in peace, Laylaw. And they took me under their wing, and they really showed me love and taught me a lot.
They kind of like invented the name, did they? G-Funk?
Yeah, it was invented. Yeah, by Above the Law. You know.
What do you know about the early version of Above the Law, Wizards of Rock, with Sheck and Big Hutch
I ain't heard this one.
from 1988?
I haven't heard this one, Nardwuar. I haven't heard this. This is new to me. Wow, I never heard it.
What about the history of Above the Law? Before Above the Law, did you know anything about their history before Above the Law? That's where Wizards of Rock fits in.
I never knew about their history until they signed with Dre. Because I used to be at the studio every day, so I didn't meet them until then. Till we was at the studio when Dre and them was recording the NWA album, and that's where I met him at, man, and we became tight.
Yeah, Wizards of Rock, early Above the Law from 1988.
I'm gonna have to listen to this. I haven't heard this one. I'm gonna find it on YouTube.
And you are Warren
G.
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 Kenny Mack.
Now, how you know Kenny Mack?
Well, you are Warren G. We have to know Kenny Mack.
No, that's my brother-in-law. We was homeboys in the younger years. Around the 213 years. Kenny Mack, Lil Mark, Cisco, all of those were my guys, and now he's my brother-in-law. I'm married to his sister. Yeah. So.
Versailles and Stank.
Damn, Versailles and Stank, them was my guys. Wow. That was in Compton on Thorson. They was my dad's neighbors. I actually moved to Compton. My mama sent me up to Compton. I still went to school in Long Beach though, but they was on my block. I used to box Versailles and I used to box Stank. We used to get in the gloves. They used to call me Kibbles and Bits back then. And wow. That
Well, that's what I thought that Sugar Ray record might be good for you.
yeah. Me and Stank used to fight. We used to go at it, boxing, man. That's my guy. Man, that's a trip, Nardwuar. You said Versailles and Stank. You took me back on that one.
Well, you're Warren G. We have to know. Warren G, lastly here, this record, we're all in the same gang.
All in the same gang.
King T, Easy E.
Everybody. King Teasy, Young MC, Digital Underground, MC Hammer, Oaktown 357, Body and Soul, JJ Fad, Above the Law, Def Jeff, Michelle A. Ice T, Young, everybody. NWA. And
What can you say about we're all in the same gang?
this was a really dope record because at that time, it was a lot of gang violence. You know how Chicago is, where they was doing like 30, 40 murders in a weekend. It was even more here back then around that time. So it was a very, very challenging time in the gangbang world, and there was a lot of people dying. So we had to try to do something. Well, I wasn't on here, but we had to do something as artists to bring the unity together, and they did this same game with Michael Conception, who was a known guy in the streets as far as starting some of the gangs, stuff like that. So he wanted to get involved to help bring change. So this was a dope ass record too. I got this one now, Nardwuar. I got this one.
That's good.
Yeah, I ain't gonna ask you for this one because I got this one.
Where do you keep all your records? And has Dr. Dre really sold all those crates, all those records?
I don't know. I know I got the crates that we use on the Chronic. I have those crates. I have every crate that I use with the records that I produce to everybody. I have every crate still in my studio. Every now and then I dig in there just to put it on a record on there, out of there, just to listen to see if I miss something or find something, that can work.
And how's everything going with Sniffin' Griffin's barbecue?
Sniffing Griffins, fool. Chat. Sniffing Griffins is doing good, man. I'm online right now. I could get in stores, but I'm just working online right now with it. I really like how online is moving, and eventually everybody gonna see me in stores. In your Costco's or your WalMarts, all of that. It's coming.
What should people order?
You should order the all-purpose rub, the OG rub, all of them. The smoking me out barbecue sauce, the We Brings Heat barbecue sauce, and the OG barbecue sauce. Order all of them. It's really good, and I'm not just saying that because it's mine, but it's really good, and try it for yourself, and you're gonna be like, he wasn't lying. And the OG rub is mainly pork, turkey, chicken. You can that on there, pork ribs, pork bellies, and stuff like that. Watch what they say after you order it.
Warren G, anything else you want to add to the people out there at all?
Uh, just want to say much love to everybody in Van City. Much love to you, Nardwuar. Much love to the camera guys here. Much love to Archivist, who was a good friend. Much love to my buddy Mike. Um, Much love to Mercules and his crew. Adam Mercules as well, and just everybody here in Van City, man. It's a lot of love here, and you guys always show me a good time.
Why should people care about Warren G? Why should people care?
I'm a good guy. I'm a good guy. I'm a loyal guy, uh, and just a all around great person. And I have good ideas that can make you millions.
Well, thanks so much, Warren G.
Nardwuar.
Keep on rocking in the free world and do.
Dude. Much love.
Do.
Doot little doot doot. Doot doot.
Yeah.
Damn, Nardwuar, you good? He done froze up on.